was on this stretch of beach 5 years ago that I first met Helen. I loved her from the beginning, but from the beginning it was no good. Helen was married. I loved no one else. And so in order to lose the empty feeling, I filled myself with alcohol and was lost in it. Then a month ago, I read the news. Helen's husband was dead. He'd walked into the ocean and never returned. I discovered I could still feel. I began to dream again and make plans. I could be an architect once more if Helen were beside me. So out of these plans and these dreams, I came back to Helen, back to this place called Nemourensis, back to this same stretch of beach.
Go ahead and laugh. Don't they say that laughter is the flip side of tears?
They don't, they should. David, you look so beautiful.
I was going to stop for lunch at Morro Bay. I was going to... It's been a long time since I stopped and eaten those good Pismo clams. But something made me keep on driving.
Whatever it was, I'm grateful.
Helen, what about a drink? And we'll talk about new times. Sunset still the same around here?
Lambent.
What?
That's what Ted used to call them. He never painted one, though. Too tender, he said.
Not for me. When that soft light comes out at dusk, it always lit me up inside. Makes you want to live.
Just for the record, David, one suicide in a marriage is enough. I was not under full canvas floating out to sea. It was an impulse. Not to follow him, but just to feel the same water that carried him away. Touch me and cleanse me. Do you know?
I think so.
Is my hand shaking?
Yeah.
My knees knocking?
It's cold.
Let Daddy see the beautiful David come to us shining and splendid.
Are you kidding? I look like I just stepped out of a wind tunnel.
Oh, no. I want him to see the successful, fully employed David Vincent.
who's come to court the great man's daughter.
Excuse me. You are?
You've changed.
Yes, I have. I've grown up. I've learned to live with the conditional, not the absolute. Except in your case. That hasn't changed. It never will. That's an absolute. All or nothing. 5 years ago. I was only here for 90 days. I never even touched your hand. But you knew. And I knew. Like when a whirlpool gets you. When you're whirling, you know.
Then you drown. I'll tell Daddy you're here.
Tell him. If I push too fast, I'm sorry. But it's the most important thing in the world to me. More important than my work. I'm not leaving without you.
It's too late, David. We're leaving Nemourensis. We're going to Paris. Daddy's accepted a commission. The most difficult commission of his career.
Now, to sum up, 30 years of experience have taught us two things about the conception of functional architecture, both paradoxical. How apparent it is to us now, and how imperceivable then, that when we raise a cloud of glass and concrete, when we lift it from the ground on legs, when we inscribe on it color and form, we need sharp shadows, hard fields of light, a shifting sky. We need Rio de Janeiro and not Stockholm. Against the hard, gray Swedish winter, such buildings tend to look squalid. The moral, every architect should study the weather report. Well, shall we call it a day?
One second, please. In your opinion, sir, can this be the reason Americans are such, well, compulsive travelers? That they suffer the need to escape their cities?
Sound, Paul, very sound.
What should I do about those coils and tubes, Mr. Sears?
Let the spirit shine through.
Sir?
Where'd you find him?
In 5 feet of water, fully clothed and floundering.
You should have brought him 10 minutes ago. I could have introduced you to the current seminar group. Nothing like pointing with pride to the most promising student that ever studied here.
You can introduce him later, Daddy. He'll be here until we leave. Dinner's in half an hour.
David, you're wasting your time.
Not this time, sir.
She's had a bad time, David. Of course, Ted was a poor specimen of a man, but I can hardly let her plunge from the frying pan into the fire now, can I?
I'm not the same man I was. You've got to believe that.
Where are you working?
Portland, Benson and Rodney.
I know Benson. Don't make me want to check.
All right. Wasn't for me. Benson should be building car barns for the Tunaville trolley.
You see, a little honesty, the air comes clear. I thought about you a lot, David. There's a lot of you in that design, David. A lot. I suppose that's why I haven't built it yet. Because this is the first one of my designs that isn't purely my own concept. Perhaps I've been waiting for you to come back so that I could openly acknowledge my debt to you once and for all, as teacher to student, so that I could exercise my own hesitation. Of course, I should have realized it would be Helen would bring you back.
Not entirely, sir. Maybe I wanted to hear, just once again, the flattery of the master. Maybe I needed that just one more time. Needed to be here again. In this Babylon I've never forgotten. Build this community, Mr. Sears, before it's too late. Build Nemourensis.
I'm sorry about Benson and Rodney. Can I call someone for you?
Who?
Anyone.
Hobart and Ryan in Chicago.
Eddie Hobart, get me the telephone.
Here. Eddie Hobart fired me after 1 week and 3 days.
That fast, huh? The pattern's consistent, isn't it, David? You get very close, and then there it is, the inevitable obstacle, and you drink. What puzzles me, though, is what you're afraid of. Failure or success?
That's all behind me now. I took last year off, and I spent the time rebuilding. I tore down the old, and I built me a new. It's solid. Can stand against anything. But I can't live in it alone. I need Helen to share it with me.
Need? You see, you said it yourself. You need. After Teddy, there's not very much of her left.
I'm not Teddy.
I think Helen's waiting for us. You know, I thought that you had a great talent. I thought of you as a son.
And I thought, but it seems in this world you may love your enemy, providing you kill him in the end. Sure, I can't help you with the dishes.
Daddy and I carry that china on our laps all the way from London. And that was before they had jets.
Well, maybe letters of reference would restore your confidence from such elegant bistros as the Campus Diner. In my sophomore year, I washed 42,315 dishes, and I never dropped a saucer.
Good night, David.
Ella, if you think sunsets at the beach is something, you ought to see the moon. And the surf at night, it whispers. Only the good things.
Whisper back to it, David. Good things for both of us. Really ran the gamut tonight. The deadly cobra, which is an inspiring dinner topic, to the mating habits of the partridge.
At least let me wipe.
How long do you think you can keep sidestepping the issue?
The sound of that question, not very much longer.
Daddy, don't make me behave like a wife. You must let them know by Wednesday.
But what must I let them know?
Yes, you accept. You can take that ugly factory section and create a city of lights within the city of lights in the old Paris tradition.
How long, Helen, do you think you can continue the evasion?
I know this technique of yours. We were talking about Paris.
About you. Why did you go walking into the ocean today?
I don't know. I didn't intend... Oh, Daddy, you were so helpless. So...
You're blaming yourself. You're blaming me.
No.
But more than that, you blame Nemourensis. This is where we belong, Helen. This is where I must do my work.
I never could get the last word with you, could I?
This is not a contest between us, honey. I love you too much for that. But I do know what's right for you.
Do you? Do you, Daddy?
Black is the color of my her lips are something rosy fair, the purest eyes and the daintiest hand. I love the ground whereon she stands. I love my love, and well she knows. I love the ground whereon she goes. And if she no longer on this earth shall stay, my life would quickly fade away. Black, black is the color of my
David? What did you do with it? The moon you promised me.
I just dashed off a letter to the Farmer's Almanac, canceling my subscription. It's no dream, is it? You're actually here?
Students were restless. I thought I'd stay up for a while.
In dreams, you can't wait for the night to end, so you can finally wake up. And escape the stranglers coming through the walls to get at you.
Are your feet heavy when they chase you?
Cement blocks. And what about the elevator that never runs when the gorilla comes?
Did you ever shoot anybody?
They never fall. Well, the gun's empty. It's loaded with blanks. It's just my finger pointing. Anyway, I know it's not a dream, you being here. Because I don't want the night to end. I don't want to wake up. I could make some coffee.
I can handle stronger.
I don't have anything here. I don't drink, you know. We could go to that bar.
No. I want to stay here.
I'm such a liar.
You're alive.
Blacklisted by every outfit in the business.
You're alone. David. What kind of little boy were you? Who was the first girl you ever loved? Did you love her more than you love me?
You better ask the nurse. I'm new here. I just got born last night.
How do you like your eggs?
Oh, I like mine. Uncooked with sliced truffles.
Cultured and poor, the worst way.
Makes poverty a little more unendurable.
Did you run my tub?
Listen.
You know, I did a shameful thing. I forgot my bathing suit.
I'll busy myself in the kitchen. Not so much as a parted curtain. And when you come out, we'll fortify my nerves with some black coffee, and we'll march down there and deliver the ultimatum. He's not going to like the idea of you leaving him. And he's not going to like the idea of you going to live in Pakistan for 3 years.
Once more, please, David.
I've got another chance. It's more engineering than architecture. But it's a start. It's with a Canadian outfit. They got a big contract in Pakistan.
How could you believe I would consider leaving?
Well, you said your father was going to Paris on a Commission. he's a big boy, Helen. He can make it himself.
Darling, whether he's here or not, I expect you to stay here with us and work with him. That's much more important than any engineering job in Pakistan. Dave.
No, darling. I'm going to Pakistan. And you're coming with me.
No.
Helen, listen to me.
I want you. I need you. We'll talk about it over coffee. My tub's running over.
Helen.
David has asked me to marry him.
Well, there seem to be a few good Victorians left. What did you use for an answer?
You? He wants me to go to Pakistan with him.
He's wrong for you. Perhaps that's why you have the illusion that you love him. Honey, look at it for what it is.
I do. A way for us to leave Nemourensis. Daddy, I don't want to go to Pakistan. I want to go to Paris. I want to be with you, just the two of us, the way it used to be. I'll tell you this. If you don't accept that commission from Paris, if you don't take us away from here, I will go to Pakistan with David or anywhere else. That's a promise. Don't underestimate me, Daddy. Don't make that mistake.
How much time? To decide.
David's outside.
If I agree, what happens to him?
Daddy, I don't owe David anything.
All right. I'll talk to David.
That's my job.
Oh, later. You go outside. Tell him to come in. Wait outside.
Fire till you see the whites of their eyes.
What do I say to you, David?
What about congratulations?
The only truly happy people are children, schizophrenics, and drunks.
Let's not forget lovers. Let's not forget lovers.
I've never considered myself a particularly compassionate man. Why do I feel such reluctance about hurting you? I can, David, and I must. How am I going to put this as delicately as I can? Can it be that I see myself in you? Or is it that I value talent? Because, David, talent you had. You came in here like a breeze from the top of the mountain. I could see the sense of beauty that motivated you. I could see the repugnance you had for everything ugly.
I haven't had a drink in a month. Until this morning. You know, there's something about this place that makes me want to drink. What is it, sir? Then there was the way that Helen spoke to me when I said we'll go to Pakistan. She said, we'll talk about it over coffee, like she was dismissing me. Then she went in for a swim. And so did I. Up to my gills in bourbon.
What do we do about it, David?
I need her. With her, I can make it.
I can tell you how to win her.
Oh, no, sir. It's you that needs winning. She's already said yes. I let her come in first to break the news to you.
She wants to go with me to Paris. You're to go on alone to Pakistan. But I have to stay here. And I want her to stay with me. I've never told her you were an alcoholic. Why do you suppose I haven't? Because that would only have pledged your cause. Helen is a champion of lost causes, a defender of the doomed. You see, David, your problem is you have her convinced you're intact, on your way. That makes you unimportant to her. Unattractive. I can tell you how to win her. Stay. Drink. Drift into the abyss. Helen will pursue you with merciless mercy. She'll nurse you. She'll comfort you. She'll whisper brave things, and with you hit rock bottom. That's how you win, my daughter. And lose yourself.
This man wants to quit smoking, but no matter how much...
What did you say to him?
Something unbearable. The truth. We're not going to Paris. And that unfortunate young man has been sacrificed.
I warned you. Don't underestimate me.
I see our students need some advice on cement.
I'll find him. I'll go with him.
Listen, honey, sometimes, not often, but sometimes, we even manage to survive ourselves. Be grateful.
water of life. Translated freely from the Gaelic, is Gabisa, meaning water of life. Whiskey. Bet you didn't even know that, huh?
Look, we don't study it. We serve it.
Well, if I was a bartender, I'd know all about my merchandise. Man's been around for, what, a million years? You know when they started distilling whiskey? 900 years ago. In England, 11th century. Monastery. Maybe you're wondering what they drank before the 11th century, huh?
It crossed my mind.
It crossed your mind. Well, they drank mead. Greeks and Romans loved it. Nothing like a good shot of mead. Made from honey.
What about the Egyptians?
They drank. They drank. Even Pithecanthropus drank.
You're telling me? He comes in here every Friday night. Nick Pithecanthropus.
Don't get funny with me. I happen to know he's dead.
Look, you've had it. That's it. Out. Get out. I'm closing. Come on. Out.
Give me the bottle.
I'll give you nothing.
Give me the...
You've had it.
Give me the... Get out! I said...
Don't hit him again. Let him alone. David. David, are you all right? Are you all right?
Your father was right. Win Helen, lose David, he said.
David's been lost for a long time. Now that Helen's found him, he's still lost.
I've been looking for you all day.
Oh, very easy to find. Just follow the line of least resistance. I'm somewhere along the way. When you find out where, just tell me.
Oh, David, don't worry. I'll take care of you. We'll forget about today and you'll be happy. You'll see.
Don't I look happy now?
Try to get up, David.
It's cozy here.
Try.
Can't. I'm sitting on fly paper. Besides, I like the view from here. See, Helen, a person can get used to anything. Take happiness, for instance. It's impossible to be happy, right? So I'm a pretty smart guy. I can't be happy. I'll be miserable. That's the goal I set for myself. Dedicated seeker of misery. But a terrible, terrible thing happened. I found out that it's impossible to be absolutely and completely miserable. When you're sitting on the bottom, thinking, man, have I got it made. I'm the worst disappointment in history. Along comes something so beautiful. Suddenly, before you can stop yourself, you're happy for a second. In spite of yourself. You know? So, what's the use? Oh, God. Helen, what am I going to do?
I'll worry about it for both of us.
Tears, Helen? For me?
Let's go home, darling.
Why, Helen? Because you love me?
Fare thee well, my dear, my own turtle dove. I must leave thee for a while. And
Leave me alone. So now you brought poor David home to Daddy, and we'll all live miserably ever after.
Welcome. Welcome home.
I'm not staying. I just came to get my things.
Are you going to carry him all the way to Pakistan? Or is he just going to float there?
Very funny, great man. Very funny. Would she be better off with you, great man? Would she, huh? Would she be better off with you?
Get up! Get up! Get up for me and show him you're a man!
That's not what you want, Helen. You want him just where he is.
How cruel can you be?
You don't want a man, Helen. You want something weak and wretched.
I love him.
You pity him.
I love him! I love him! I love him!
Daddy's right. Daddy's always right. You can't possibly love anybody else. You've already got a man. There's your man. King of Nemourensis. Why do you think he brought you to this godforsaken place? Why? To keep you for himself? Look at him.
Daddy. Tell him he's a liar. Aren't you going to say anything?
Go on, you phony hypocrite. Tell her. Tell her Nemourensis will never be built.
David's right, Helen. Nemourensis will never be built. I kept you here because I needed you. I kept the illusion of Nemourensis because I'm a failure. I haven't had a single creative thought in the last 10 years. It's gone, Helen. It's gone.
You see.
That's why Paris was so frightening to you. Daddy, forgive me.
Helen. Helen! You're feeling pity for him. He's turning it all to his advantage. Oh, you're a devious man.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
He didn't have to. You weren't leaving him before.
Helen, I do need you.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Why do you want me?
Because I love you.
And you?
Do I have to answer that?
No. Because suddenly I know the answer. Love was a word I could never use. Not to Ted. Not to you, David. Except for a few moments ago in defiance. Only to you, Daddy. But not the way you mean. You mean need. Use. Smother. Suffocate. And ultimately destroy. If I stay here with you, would that bring back your talent? Would that help you to build Nemourensis? David, if I go with you, Would that keep you from being a drunk? The fact is, we all have to face our tomorrows alone.
Helen, please. Please.
Goodbye, Daddy.
I'm sure I know where I'm going, and who's a-going with me. I'm sure of my love, and I know who I'll marry.
It all started when I got off my...